My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This breakdown is brought to you by Premium Membership. Premium Membership brings you all sorts of betting and fantasy tools to help you make money. Things like exclusive 2, 3, and 4 leg parlays, betting calculators, parlay calculators, daily fantasy ownership projections, fighter salary rankings, and so much more. Check it out now at WeWantPicks.com. Scroll to the top and click Become a Member. And don't forget, we are giving away $50. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, we send you $50. Next up at UFC 277, we have Alex Morono taking on Matt Semelsberger. Alex Morono is 21-7 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight win streak. Matt Semelsberger's 10-3 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a couple fight win streak, but it's really a sketchy win. I'm still very bitter with that win over AJ Fletcher. We'll talk about that in a minute. Alex Morono is very well-rounded. He has nice, clean striking. He's got solid grappling. His body always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and he really is coming into his own. The knock on him, at least for me, used to be that he was inconsistent. But he's got 7 wins in his last 9 fights. He's really leveled off, and he's proving to be a legit threat. He has fantastic striking differential of 5.5 to 4, and he's going to need that volume in this fight. Matt Semelsberger is an aggressive striker who marches forward with solid leg kicks and body work. He's got some power. I mean, he's been putting people away, but he gets a lot of his finishes just with grit and pressure. The marching forward can wilt some opponents who really don't like that pressure, but it can also get him in trouble at times. He's coming off that very close win over AJ Fletcher, where it was clear that he had power, but there were holes in his defensive wrestling. He was taken down a few times, and he only won that fight because of a late third-round takedown that sort of clinched it, but he landed fewer strikes, he got fewer takedowns, he got less control time, and he scored less points, or fewer points than AJ Fletcher did in that fight. I am still bitter about that. I thought AJ Fletcher won, but I'm surprised to see Semelsberger as, I mean, he was a 2-1 favorite the other day. The line is actually starting to tighten here, but I was surprised to see that it was even that wide. Like, I totally understand he's got power, but the only time we saw Alex Morono in trouble because of power was against Chaos Williams 2.5 years ago. Morono has higher output, a better striking differential, slightly better takedown defense, and I like Morono as an underdog here. I have always said that when Alex Morono shows up, he can beat almost everyone, and honestly, he's been showing up the last couple of years. So Alex Morono's the pick. I don't know what I'm going to do with a bet here. I mean, it's decent money at plus 140, but I like Alex Morono to get it done. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I think this honestly comes down to what, as you mentioned, what type of Alex Morono shows up, because Alex Morono is a high-level grappler, like a high-level grappler that has fully admitted, I just don't like to grapple. Like, when I fight, I just don't like to grapple. He literally has said, like, I think it's boring. I just don't like to do it. If he were to grapple in this matchup, he can absolutely dominate Matt Semelsberger. As you mentioned, you saw him getting taken down in his last fight. When he's flat on his back, he looks like he is clueless, like he has no idea. And if Alex Morono is able to get on top of him, I think the path to victory is very, very easy. Whether he's able to get those takedowns, because he's not a wrestler, right? He's one of those pure, just high-level jiu-jitsu guys. But I think that that's the path. I think he should try at least, but I don't think he will. He's admitted that he just does not like to wrestle, does not like to grapple. With that said, I did place a most takedowns bet, because I don't see Matt Semelsberger trying to take Morono down, because I think that's bad news. Morono can win scrambles, and as I mentioned, if he ends up on top, he's a high-level guy. So I placed one of those most takedowns bets. We mentioned that last week. If there's no takedowns, we figured out it is a push. You just get your money back. Morono right now is a plus 170 for most takedowns in the matchup. So I think if anyone is taking anyone down, it's probably going to be Morono in this matchup. I don't think he is, but I played that at plus 170. with that being said, Semelsberger is the better striker in this matchup. Morono, although he is a decent striker, he kind of looks like, and I'm not saying this to be mean because obviously he can't hold his own in the striking, but he looks like Ronda Rousey when he strikes. He's got the hands like super high, and he's always on his toes, bouncing around. I think if you're Semelsberger in this matchup, you take advantage of that high guard, you work the body early, so that way, if you do end up getting taken down, Morono's a little bit gassed in those later rounds where you can scramble, get back to your feet. I think you work the body early, open up, drop those hands, then the power shots will be there late second, third round. Semelsberger should be the much better striker in this matchup, and Morono has said time and time again he doesn't like to grapple. So I got to go with Semelsberger in a mostly striking matchup. But if also Morono figures out, and he's a super smart guy, so it's not like he's stupid. He knows that he has the grappling advantage in most matchups. So if he all of a sudden figures out, let me extend my career. Let's get on a little winning streak here. Let me start grappling people. That's the easy path to victory. I think he can take him down and sub him in the first round if he wanted to, but the guy likes to strike, and Semelsberger's a better striker, so I'm going to go Semelsberger.
Yeah, you mentioned the takedown bet. So anybody who didn't tune in last week, Bet Online, one of our 5 partners, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Click on the Bet Online link. If you sign up, make a deposit, I'll send you $50. Just literally that easy. They started offering bets for takedown lines and significant strike lines. But all you have to do, they just say, Alex Morono, Matt Semelsberger, who will get more? And if Alex Morono gets more, and that's who you bet on, you'll get paid. If Matt Semelsberger gets more and that's who you bet on, you'll get paid. If there are no takedowns or they both get 2, they both get 1, it's a push. You get your money back. We did it last week with some high odds, right? Minus 400. I did it in the main event. Minus 400. I did it, I think, Jack Hermanson. No takedown, so I got my money back. Did it with Makayev. Minus 400. Got paid. But those are like guarantees.
Yeah, they started catching on. Now some of them are minus 1,000, minus 600, so they're starting to catch on. But really, it should be safe money for a lot of fights.
For a lot of fights, it is safe money because it is literally just who will get more. Not how many, not will they win the fight, who will get more. So I love it. I love those bets. I love that they added same exact logic with significant strikes. I hate significant strikes, but I do have one of those bets. We'll talk about it when we get to that fight. But again, if you want to play those, they're very interesting, and they're much easier than actually picking a winner half the time. Just go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 partners. BetOnline offers that now. Jump in, make a deposit. We'll send you 50 bingabongs. DraftKings, $7,600 to $86. Listen, you need underdogs in your DraftKings lineup. You can't afford all favorites. I think Morono might be a solid underdog at $7,600. What do you think?
Nope.
Okay, this guy. Monkey Knife Fight strike line, not touching it. 79 to 68. The only reason I'm not touching it is because, like you said, if Morono grapples, Matt's not going to get to the 68. And Matt Semelsberger has proven to have some power, so Morono might not get to the 79. So I'm not going to touch the Monkey Knife Fight strike line. We're just going to go ahead and leave that one alone.